我自己也是有用一些 AI， 我觉得是说 is garbage in garbage out 啦。Whatever you put in have to be very correct. Unless the school really verify it, then we really acknowledge it 啦。
不过那49块买不到这个人心 ，the human element in education. Every child 需要有一个人来知道说，让他鼓励他说，其实你是做得到的。
Not everyone can afford a few $100s a month for tuition. It has to be 24/7 to be able to help the student anytime, anywhere.
2023年，新加坡家庭在私人补习上的花费高达18亿新元，对比10年前增长超过60%。新加坡家长为什么越来越热衷于让孩子补习？
家长的焦虑也有分，大致上啦，我们可以分2种，一种的焦虑是为什么你的姐姐能够考100分，为什么你就不及格呢？你是有问题吗？我是不是应该要给你什么补习啦 ？Another one would be 焦虑说，为什么你连及格都不及格？你能够上吗？你能够考上中学吗？所以 that's another concern 啦。
洪俊欣的女儿洪乐恩今年小学4年级，目前除了数学补习，也上华文提升班。他说课业越来越难，准备接下来为女儿补习更多科目。
我们看 long run P3 我们就要 start， 如果我们 start at the later stage like P5 or P6 maybe 很难 catch up 了。就是我们要 test out 那个 math syllabus 先，如果可以的话 then follow by English follow by science if needed 啦，因为我们也是不要 pressure 它太多。
软件工程师哈菲兹看准补习行业的发展潜力，结合自身所学，去年创立了线上 AI 补习平台 Tutorly.sg。
I'm a very curious person by nature, so I like to ask questions. I'm very embarrassed to ask certain questions because in front of a lot of people, my parents may not necessarily be able to answer my questions. This was something that I felt would really help to plug the gaps in the current education system and the traditional tuition that we have here. Not everyone can afford a few $100s a month for tuition, and usually for me, I felt like to make this accessible, it has to cover everything.It has to be 24/7. It has to be able to help the student anytime, anywhere.
Tutorly 会根据新加坡教育部的教学大纲出题、讲题，平台上也有本地名校试卷供学生练习。
You can select a level, any level from Primary 1 to JC2. You can select any subject. You can take a baseline quiz. What it does is it actually asks the students a variety of questions across a few different topics in that subject. The score is, let's say, maybe 50 to 60%. So from there, Tutorly knows like, okay, this student is maybe not very good at grammar and this student is maybe very good at vocabulary. The questions for vocabulary will get harder and harder. The grammar questions will start off very easy. The goal is for students to keep coming back to it, to keep using it, to learn, to practice, to track how well they're doing.
以洪俊欣女儿所在的补习中心为例，数学一科每月补习费大约360新元。而 Tutorly 每月只收49元，学习资料涵盖各个学科。有了这样的 AI 补习，真人补习老师有什么优势？
如果 AI 进来了 ，content knowledge as a tutor 就没有那么重要了，对吗？因为我的 Google AI app 什么都可以，49块就买得到了，对不对？不过那49块买不到这个人心 ，the human element in education。So every child 需要有一个人来知道说，让他鼓励他说，其实你是做得到的哦，你错不用紧，不会在那边，我都跟你讲几次了，你还不懂，这一点 AI 是做不到的。
Teachers play a very important role， 好像说他去 Paris for 3 years， 他 follow 这个 teacher 他 like Chinese very much。我们每次问他 What's your favorite subject? Chinese。哇，我说行啊。We were delighted 啦 ，the only child 嘛。所以他什么都 no example no sister， 没有说 peers really peers to grow up together for her age 所以 I think to build her confidence and to build her understanding is very important
对很多家长来说，实体补习中心的意义远不止辅导作业和学习知识。
我们人与人之间要沟通嘛，所以他也是去补习，不只是 one on one。Also in a group format， 4个学生，1个老师 所以他们也是可以看到其他学生在其他的学校在学什么东西。That's one good thing 啦。Then other than that， 那个老师会照他的 feeling for that day, the emotion for that day. Is it that you are too tired today? You know, that's why you're performing like AI 不会有这些 sentimental feeling 的嘛。
那么，什么样的学生适合 AI 补习呢？
它有效的就会在于那些学生已经有基础概念了，知道说哦，我想要多练习，我有这个问题要问。对这种学生来讲，这种 AI 教学就会很有帮助。
What must we do first? We know how to do? Should we ask your tutor for some help? Okay. Has 6 times.
It's useful but too fast and very hard to understand. After that, they won't tell you like fully how to redo it.
David and Evan together have 180 stickers. E plus F equals 250. Evan and Frank have 250 stickers together.
I like real teachers more because they can guide you where you are wrong and understand where you go wrong. Because she can not only teach the topic that I'm learning, but she also can teach the other topic that will be coming up.
这个 platform it takes some time to get used to it 啦。我觉得不是说很 user friendly, and 它的 explanation is a little bit higher level. 因为它没有 diagram 嘛 ，to help 学生们 totally understand. And 学校需要他们画 diagram, you know more fun 啦。It's too serious already. 它有很多 level. 如果 let's say for a student who is very advanced, 他可以去 like P5, even P5 的 level, 他可以去 try. 因为本身我自己也是有用一些 AI， 你放进去的 is garbage in garbage out 啦。Whatever you put in have to be very correct. Then it helps you to streamline 很多东西。Unless the school really verify it and it's from the school, then we really acknowledge it 啦。Then it's up to us whether we want to go on board or not. It have to be direction from the school.
There are certain instructions that it has to go through. So it will actually verify the answer first across a few different layers. And also because when a student asks tutorly questions, it has context of who the student is. So it has all these information before it actually answers the question. It will teach you according to the Singapore syllabus. It will use lingo that is specific to Singapore.
其实，不论是 AI 补习还是真人老师，要激发孩子的学习动力才是最难的。
There's no magic bullet. For some kids, it's easier. For some kids, it takes a much longer time to build that up. So how we can do that is to help them celebrate small successes. So we have the Nuggets reward system. In general, if they answer a problem sum or a question correctly, oh, you get 5 points. You do your homework, you get extra 20 points. So they will accumulate the points from there, and we have a cabinet reward system. So that's where they can go and choose, the Pokemon cards. And the highest reward actually we had was the Nintendo Switch. So this helps them understand delayed gratification as well.
Why we kept it simple, we don't want students to answer correctly for the sake of getting the points, because this defeats the purpose of learning. So one example I can give is a student that tries to answer every question, but it doesn't actually mean they are learning. They might just Google for the answer. That is something also a bit tricky. Also, every student has different expectations of what fun is. To make it standardized across for all students is something I would say quite challenging as well. Yeah.
目前，受访的业者并未感受到 AI 补习平台带来的威胁，适当的使用 AI 反而能够让他们集中精力，成为真正人性化的补习老师。
With the up and coming of such AI teaching, it's going to help us do our work better. It's going to reduce our load in terms of creating teaching materials. It's going to reduce our load in terms of marking the students' work. So what we can focus on is what we do best, which is the human element of things. In fact, I'll welcome this change rather than to think that it's a threat. In order to remain competitive, it will really be us honing the human skills, our classroom management skills on how we handle different types of students.